Hello, my name is Christina Rojas.
Hello.
I'm a practitioner here at Azusa Pacific Clinic. I understand your name is Sarah Alvarez. Do you prefer going by first or last name?
First.
Okay, Sarah, you can call me Christina. So we're going to meet here in my office. Usually meet for about 15 minutes. But since this is our first meeting, we might go a little over, so that way I can get to know you better and understand the situation and why you chose to come in today.
Okay.
I'll just be listening to you, and I'll probably ask a lot more questions than usual just to clarify what exactly is going on. So I know you just met me, but I hope that we can build a teamwork type situation and relationship, so we can get to the bottom of everything that you're concerned about. So I just want to let you know that everything you say in this room is confidential, unless you give me written permission to share with whoever that you might need to know what's going on in our sessions.
Wait, so like anything I say here, nobody else is gonna know?
No one knows. Between you and I only.
Okay.
And the only time that there's an exception to that rule is if I feel like you're feeling, you want to harm yourself or anybody else, I do have to make a report just for the sake of, keeping everybody safe. Okay? So tell me why you're here. What brings you here today?
Well, it's pretty much just to save like my relationship with my boyfriend. I'm doing it for him.
Okay.
I feel, no offense or anything, but I feel so stupid while I'm here. Well, it was an incident that had happened. It was his fault pretty much. I hit him, but he did something that I told him to never do, and he's done it twice. And this last time, I was fed up. He was drinking, and he decided, I'm just gonna, drink and drive, and I told him that's something I hate. I hate it. It drives me insane. And he came home, and he was drunk, acting crazy, and he's usually not, he's super nice, supportive, and he's my life. And he came home drunk, and I went off, and I hit him. I stopped him right in the jaw, and but he was asking for it. I told him not to do this, and he did it, so that's what he gets. But the next day we talked about it, and he said that he was going to leave me, that I was crazy, that I'm abusive, whatever. It's just stupid because I'm not. That's his fault. He shouldn't have done it. And he knew that he shouldn't have done it. So I'm here to save our relationship because I know that he would leave me. And I can't have that. I can't have him leave me because he's the best thing in my life.
Okay. Well, I just want to let you know that, drinking and driving is never okay.
No, it's not.
It's definitely it's a viable concern. You obviously stated that he's the best thing that's happened to you. He means a lot to you. And to have someone that you love drink and drive and put themselves and others in danger, it's totally a concern that you're okay to have. However, what is making you feel hate? I heard you say the word hate. You articulated that word a lot. I noticed say you were harping on that. Can you explain to me why you hate drinking and driving?
Well, it's kind of a difficult thing to talk about. My brother, we were very close to each other. He was my rock, and we grew up, and I went to him for everything, and we were so close. He one day he was going because he got accepted into school, and we were so excited, and he was on his way to pick me up, and because we were gonna go out to dinner and celebrate, and drunk driver hit him and died instantly. That's something it happened 6 years ago, but it's something that I will never get over. And since then, shortly after that, I met my boyfriend, and he's been there for me.
How long from your brother's passing? How long was that time period between that and meeting your boyfriend?
I would say a month.
A month?
Yeah.
Okay. And how are you still grieving? How has it been since he's passed? Would you say that you're doing okay, or on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being completely fine? You're back to normal, you're back to doing your daily routines. How is it affecting you, his death today?
I would still say a 10.
10. Okay. Okay. So
wait, what do you mean, like affect, like my emotions?
How in your day-to-day,
I think about him. Yeah, I think about him all the time.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you would still consider yourself to be grieving the loss of your brother after 6 years?
Definitely.
Okay. So, I want to thank you for sharing that with me, because I know we just met each other, and within 5 minutes of meeting, you shared something really, really traumatic. It's never easy losing someone and that you love and you're very close with. But what I'm concerned about is the time between, you losing your brother, and a month later you're with, your boyfriend, which you described him as being very loving and supportive, and obviously you're here, he wants you to work on your relationship because he wants to be with you, and you obviously want to be with him. So you're here for a reason. And what is it that you want to get out of it? Can you see a little bit more of, a benefit to being here?
I just, like I said, I kind of think it's a waste of time, because I feel like I don't really have the problem. I think it's just, if he doesn't drink, I don't hit. I think it's that simple.
Okay. What is it? Instead of using physical aggression, what kind of other things do you think you could have expressed or communicated with him in place of aggression? Because I think, what do you think? You tell me.
I'm a very strong person, I'm very independent, I hate being disrespected. And so when he does that to me, I feel disrespected. Very disrespected. And I mean, looking back, or just growing up, you know, it was a hard time. And I saw, I mean, okay, my dad cheated on my mom.
Okay.
When I was younger, and she took him back. And I think she's weak for that. I think, you know, I don't think anybody should take somebody back after they put them through that.
Okay.
She's weak. And I told myself I would never be that person. I was going to be strong. I was, you know, I can make it on my own. And I never had a boyfriend. He's my first boyfriend.
How old are you?
I am 28.
Have you dated before?
Yeah, but nothing serious.
Nothing serious. Okay. So, from what I heard, you know, you grew up in a tough upbringing. Would you consider it tough watching that going on?
Definitely. Yeah, it was tough. After that happened, my parents would act like nothing happened. They would try to go back to normal, but it just bothered me so much because I really am not close with my dad anymore after that. So that's why, I mean, me and my brother were so close. I went to him for everything. And you know, he would yell at my mom and she wouldn't do anything. She would just sit there, just looking stupid. And so when it comes to disrespect, I mean, I would never want to be in my mom's position. So when he does something that I don't like, I'm not going to look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
If he's going to do something dumb, then he's going to get hit. I don't like to do it. It's just something that happened. It only happened once.
Okay. You said if he does something that I don't like, he's going to get hit, but it's only happened once. It sounds like maybe, has it happened more than once?
I've never socked him in the face. I've hit him before, but this is the first time that I've hit him in the face.
Okay. How does it feel? How did it feel? You know, what in your body, you know, physically? Could you identify the, you know, like the buildup of you in your, you know, physiologically when you were about to hit him? Was there a moment where you just couldn't, you knew what you were doing and you wanted to? Or can you explain to me how you felt when you hit him?
I felt
Physically.
kind of went numb.
You know?
I mean, I kind of felt bad afterwards, of course, but during, felt like he deserved it. I was angry. And I'm small. Like, he's 6 foot. What am I going to do to him?
Well, I just, you know, for the sake of your relationship and for your well-being as far as, you know, staying out of domestic abuse, getting arrested, and how would you feel, how does it, you know, if you were to get arrested one day, how would you feel?
Ashamed.
Ashamed? Do you think that's a possibility? That you could be arrested?
Maybe. I don't know. Probably, yeah. I mean, he'd probably call the cops on me.
Would you be happy with that?
No. Of course not.
How would you? Sorry.
I'd feel betrayed by him. You know, I would never call the cops on him.
What are some other situations that might happen where, you know, he doesn't call the cops on you and you still are arrested?
What do you mean?
Well, he doesn't necessarily have to call the cops on you for you to be arrested.
Like somebody else call the cops?
Maybe, you know, neighbors or someone overhearing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to refer back to what you said in the beginning, you know, you don't want to lose him. Do you think your actions so far is going to keep him here if his behavior continues?
No. That's why I'm here. Because I don't like that I just kind of like went blank, I went numb, and I kind of just snapped.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, I don't like that. I don't like hurting him. He's kind of, been my punching bag ever since, my brother, so he's always been there for me.
Right. You had a very sensitive time in your life, and, I just, from what you described of him, he was loving and supportive. I want to help yourself to work on the things that, will help you continue to grieve and mourn the loss of your brother, but at the same time have a healthy relationship with your boyfriend without violence, without physical aggression. So, are you willing to work? On this?
Yeah, kind of have to.
Have to? Can you explain? Elaborate on that?
To stay with my boyfriend, because I don't. He said he told me. He said, if you don't get help, then this relationship is done. I've crossed that boundary with him, and I believe it. Like, I'm really scared that he is gonna leave. We've argued, but he's never said that he was gonna leave me.
So how did that make you feel? By him saying that?
Shattered me. I didn't know I'm here. I never thought I would be in therapy. I'd do anything to save our relationship.
Do you sometimes feel like he's filling that void that you miss so much from your brother's loss?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you explain that to me? Those feelings of loss, how you felt when you lost your brother?
He was everything. My brother. We were always together. I even told him about, my first kiss. Just everything. He was my best friend. And when that drunk driver took him away from me, I didn't know who to go to. I had no one. My mom was just, with my dad, and they were grieving themselves, so I didn't want to really be a burden on them. I just tried to be strong for them. Because, now that my brother's gone, I have to step up, and I have to be strong for them. That's because because my brother was always, the strong one, the tough one. He was everyone's, hero, I guess you could say. He was so smart and funny and talented. And when he left, the family, besides like the whole cheating and everything, my family was separated. He's the one that kept us all together. And now I can't even go to my parents' house. I haven't even, talked to them. Probably, it's just hard to call them. I just don't like to call them. Because I just feel like, I don't know, it's depressing. I don't like it. They're always either sad or, I don't know. It reminds me of my brother to be around them.
Reminding you, if talking to your family reminds you of your brother and you loved him so much, why does that make you sad?
I don't want to reenact it. I've kind of run away from it. I don't like to cry. I don't like to show my emotion. I don't like to.
You want to be tough.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Tough it out.
Yeah. Yeah, he always taught me, I remember this one time when I was younger, they would make fun of me because I was really chubby, and I went home and I was crying my eyes out, and I said, they called me, all these names, and he was like, well, are you, or are you those names? And I said, no, and he's like, well, then why are you crying? There's no need to cry, as long as you believe in yourself, and you know that you're not, those names. He's like, then don't take that. No crying. Oh, I never. It was a good and a bad thing, I guess, because I never cried. I never showed my emotion. My boyfriend even says, like, you don't show any emotion. You don't. You're kind of cold sometimes. I don't like being like that, but I feel safe.
Do you really feel safe?
I hate feeling vulnerable.
Okay.
And I think that's been a kind of a issue, because he always mentions it, like, I'm supposed to be, there for you. And he is there for me, but to a certain extent, because I don't feel like I could, I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't like that feeling. I like, being in charge of myself.
So he's willing to be there for you, but you don't want him to be there to have that role because why? You love him, and he loves you. So, he wants to play a certain role in this relationship, but explain to me why won't you let him if you want to keep him?
What if I lose him? Where would
you lose him? Sometimes things like this happen, and it's like, maybe you will bond over it and brings you closer, but I know it's scary to you because you're not used to that. Growing up in a household where you felt kind of like everything was secret and, hush hush, you didn't agree with things.
Yeah.
I think, it's obviously playing out over and over again within your relationships. And now you're sitting here. So, is there something that maybe is going awry? Like, do you think everything's okay? Are you keeping that wall up?
No. But it's my, it's my safety net. But you're right. Everything was, hush hush and very. Our business was our business, So when it came to actually trusting someone and that was something big for me to overcome, and I overcame that to a certain extent, you know. But I'm very scared to lose him, and that's why I'm here, because I don't want to lose him, because that's just, you know, somebody else that's gone.
And you'll be alone.
Mhm.
So you believe that to the core. You'll be alone.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know what I would do if he left me. I feel like I'm a strong person, but honestly, if he were to leave me, I don't know what I would do. I put on this, you know, this tough image that I don't care, you know, I don't need someone there, but when it comes down to it, I'd die inside if he were to leave.
So you're more in touch with your feelings than you give yourself credit for. That's what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, I'm not stupid. I know like how I feel. I just don't like to go there.
Express it.
Mhm. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So you're here because you want to fix your relationship with your boyfriend. But in order to do that, we need to work on the way you express your emotions, feeling okay with feeling certain ways, and being able to allow your boyfriend to be there for you.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take work. You know, it's gonna be work on your end, and I think that I feel that it's gonna be good for you because you still need to work through the things with your family and your brother, and if you're willing to work on this, what do you see happening in your relationship as a result?
I hope it'll be, you know, for the better. I think it'll be a good turnaround for my relationship, and you know,
For yourself.
Yeah. I don't like always, you know, being angry and being to myself. I want to be able to be open with him. I want to be able to, you know, trust him as, you know, being in a relationship, and I want to be secure with myself in this relationship.
Mm-hmm. When was the last time you cried?
I can't even think. I don't even remember. Well, I mean, besides when my brother died, or
when's the last time you can remember that you had a moment where you cried, tears were running, you felt sadness, you felt your emotions, you let it go, you let them out?
Well, of course, I didn't let anybody see, but I mean, yeah. But at my brother's funeral was probably the last time.
6 years ago.
Mhm. Yeah, I can't even remember the last time I cried. I mean, and I didn't even cry at the funeral. I waited till afterwards, or I went to the bathroom and cried, and I just felt like I had to be strong for my parents.
Okay, so can you describe feelings? What do you see crying? What can you describe what crying is to you? When you see someone crying, what are the thoughts that you get about that person?
They're weak.
They're weak. And
don't know how to control themselves. They're dramatic. There's something other, to worry about. There's not always like, there's no need to, put your emotions out there for everybody else to see. It's nobody else's business.
Okay, thank you for that. This is a good baseline for us to work together. We are running out of time, but thank you for sharing everything. I know you don't like to be vulnerable, but you did a really good job of sharing your feelings about your brother, your family, everything, so far. So I'm really looking forward to working with you to get deeper into the situation. So I hope I'll see you next week. Is there any questions that you have or any concerns about our meeting today?
No, I enjoyed it.
Okay, well, thank you for coming in. I'll see you next week.
Thank you. First take.